today I have Natasha with me. Natasha, you are coming from Shine PR. How are you?
I'm very well today, thank you, Lily. Thank you.
So, Natasha, I want to know where you come from.
Originally, I come from England, and sorry, the dog's now sniffing you. He was
okay.
really well behaved a few minutes ago. Captain, sit.
This is real life.
Sit, sit.
The dog go
Good
around.
boy. Down. Place. Ah, see? Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Very well trained by Russell. Originally from England and travelled around for the last 15, 20 years.
Wow. When did you arrive to Phuket?
2006.
And why did you decide to come here?
I lived in Koh Tao for a while, and then I went to Australia and New Zealand, and my other half got a job offer here in Phuket. So he said, how about it, baby? Do you want to come over and join me? And I said, sure, why not? Here I am.
Great. So when you arrived in Phuket, where did you live?
Actually, we first lived in Chalong. That
Really?
Yeah.
You were a South girl?
Yeah, for about 6 months. Loved it. It was fantastic. Really good.
Why did you move here in the north?
It just work opportunity. I got a job at Laguna, Phuket,
Yeah.
and it was a bit closer to live up here. So yeah, we just left Chalong
Great.
and came over to Bang Tao.
So when you arrived here, what you did?
So my first job was in Laguna, and I was in charge of their marketing communications in their destination marketing department. Yeah, it was an awesome job.
You like it?
Yeah, I loved it. It was really, really good, really active, very, very diverse, and yeah, absolutely adored it. And it built all my contacts. So yeah.
Of course, was useful, right?
Yeah, very, very.
So now where you live?
Chungtalay, I live in the Pasak area, so I've lived in Surin, I've lived in Bang Tao, and for the last 6-7 years around Pasak.
Where is your favorite place?
Okay, so if money was no object and I had a favorite place and I could wave a magic wand and live anywhere, I think I would live in one of the Maliwana villas, you know, something...
In Naitan?
Yeah, something really high with an amazing sea view, and yeah, something like that would do nicely.
Yeah, I will go for that too.
I'll invite you
have
around.
good taste, right?
Yeah, you can come to the house for me.
But so what you like about Chungtalay?
Chungtalay has always been quite diverse, I think, and there's always been a really good mix of Thai people and expats. So that's one of the reasons why I really enjoyed living there. And now we have Boat Avenue and we have Porto de Phuket, and we've just got so much diversity and choice in terms of shopping and food, and you know, it's just convenient and it's friendly.
True. It's true. So I'm a South girl.
Yes.
But when I come north every 2 days, I can see that now there is a real life here with a community, a strong community of people doing a lot of things, and it's so interesting and it's a lot going.
Yeah, it's a very strong community, and it's also a very compassionate and caring community as well. So I think we're very blessed in this area for sure.
That's true.
Yeah.
So we all need to know, where is your favorite beach?
Oh, my favourite beach. Oh, if I say Naiton now, that's going to be a cop-out, isn't it? I guess it has to be Layan. I spend most of my time on Layan Beach, walking dogs or having a drink at sunset. Layan, definitely.
Layan.
Yeah.
So, when you're in Layan, where you go for a drink?
Oh, well now we've got some new places. So Hugo Hut's really good, Beach and Bubbles. Or just, to be honest, most of the time grab a nice bottle of wine from Villa or Wine and Taste and take it with a beach blanket, take the dogs and take some friends and a packet of nuts and so glamorous.
Of course, this is the islander life, right?
Yeah.
What is about this island life? What is your favorite thing to do?
That's a very interesting question. Because it is island life, that's the one thing that I would find very disturbing to lose. That is the freedom of moving around and seeing people, the freedom to, I don't know, not dress up, the freedom to not wear any makeup, not do your hair, go down to the supermarket and just feel really comfortable because you've got the weather and it's just a natural and more relaxed state. So I think that actually is the component that I love the most about living here, is just being on an island and being relaxed and chill.
And what is what you are missing the most?
Theatre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, okay, before to go to theater and all this acting that is part of your life, I would love to know what you study first.
Ah, okay. Well, actually, I did study acting.
Really?
Yeah. I knew from a very, very early age that I wanted to be an actress. So I think I was about 5 or 6 and I was 100% determined and convinced. And, Captain, where are you going? Sit, sit.
Yeah.
Down.
We are telling interesting things.
Good boy. Stay. Yeah, I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that that's what I wanted to do. There was nothing else that interested me, and I was talented. I could act and I could sing, so it was...
You can sing too?
Yeah.
Wow!
Yeah, I can.
This is a secret thing that I didn't know about you.
It's better once I haven't had half a bottle of Chardonnay, but yeah, I can sing.
Yeah, I can sing too with a lot of vodka,
Yeah,
but I'm
see?
not good at that. You know
I'm
what
sure
I mean? I
you're
can do
brilliant.
it, but I'm not good. So you're good. Acting and singing,
Yeah,
and
not
you
dancing,
studied
though.
that.
Yeah, I studied that. I went to drama school. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No, it was really good.
And after that?
Then I worked as an actress for quite a few years in London. Not consistently, because no actors, unless they're very, very lucky and famous, work consistently, but pretty much. And when I was resting, I worked in an amazing place called the Actors Centre.
Okay.
So
what is that?
It was, well, it still is, it's a charitable foundation that provides ongoing learning and development for professional actors.
Oh,
So
wow.
the place was so exciting and brimming full of energy,
Yeah.
and it's still there in Covent Garden. Yeah, and it's
Are
doing
you
very
missing
well.
that?
Yes, I miss that very, very much.
You never thought about doing something like that here in Phuket?
Well, that's another interesting question. I know there is some amateur dramatic stuff going on here, and it's all very good, and there is some actual real talent. But I've been talking to a friend of mine who's also a trained actor, and we were thinking about finding a play and doing a two-hander.
Oh, wow, yeah.
But we still haven't identified the play that we want to do yet, but we are talking about it, so watch this
So
space.
maybe something coming soon.
Yeah.
So you were in UK doing the actress,
Yes.
acting a lot. How you moved to a different life and start to travel, right?
Okay, well, the truth of the matter is, the true story, not the glamorous story. I was getting quite, what's the word? Down in the dumps about not getting the work that I wanted to get in London. And a good friend of mine from drama school, Louise, she said to me, I really think you should travel. I think it will make you feel happier as a person. It will broaden your horizons, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I can't do that. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. How about if my agent calls me? How about if there's an audition here? And she just said, life's too short. Just do it for 1 year. It's nothing. It felt so major to me at the time. And that's what I did. I bought a ticket to Australia, and I was going to go and do some comedy work actually in Australia. And when I went to book the ticket from STA Travel, which now sadly has, I think it's not there anymore. They said, why don't you do a stopover in Thailand? Yeah, right, sure, okay, I'll do that. And I ended up staying for about 2 years. Yeah.
I love this kind of story.
Yeah, I got stuck here like nearly everybody else, but yeah, I got stuck and I loved it. And I became a dive instructor. So cliche. I became a dive instructor.
Really?
Yeah, in Koh Tao, loved it. There was a guy from my school back at home, Matt Bolton, and he runs a dive shop over there called Crystal. And I remember looking at him thinking, he looks really familiar, but he's a bit skinny, you know, a bit tanned. Yeah, hair was a bit bleach blonde. And then we started talking and he went, "Are you Natasha Eldred?" And I went, "Oh my God, it's Matt from school." So it kind of taught me that it doesn't really matter how far away you go from your roots, you can never really get away.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
true.
It's
true.
Yeah, and I felt
Where
good about
this
that.
so small.
Yep, so small. And it was good, all good.
Yeah. So then you went to Australia,
Yes,
New Zealand,
yes.
your middle half, you say it like that?
Yeah,
No,
other
your
half.
better half.
Yeah, well, better, debatable. Sorry.
Sorry, yeah. Okay, so your other half
Yes,
asked you to come here.
yeah.
And you decided, no, you work at Laguna. And when did you decide to open Shine PR?
Ah, well, that was another interesting question. You know Bill Barnett?
Yes.
Yeah.
who
Bill's fault.
doesn't
Yeah,
name?
It's all Bill's fault. He said, you know, one thing that Phuket hasn't got is a dedicated agency for PR or marketing communications or even destination marketing. You know, you've got the skills, why don't you do it? So it was his encouragement, and I was going to start my agency up with a friend of mine called Ashley, who I was working with at the time. She was working at the Sheraton, which is now Angsana, and we were going to do it together. And then she had this overwhelming desire for wanderlust, so she went off and travelled. So I ended up doing it on my own. Yep. The rest is history.
But I want to know the real story. Did you find some value of your acting skills in doing PR?
Very much so, very much so. Possibly not so much PR, but with branding work, it's exactly the same process.
Can you explain us what is quickly, right?
Yeah, so for example, Kimala is an ex-client of mine. I did all their branding work for them, but when I approached that project, it was very much like approaching a character in a play. Who is this? You know, what do they want to say? What's their objective? What's their defining moment? What is their character? What is all of these questions? It's exactly the same as what you apply to marketing.
Exactly.
So that's exactly the approach that I give when I do branding. So it's exactly the same process. So I love it. I love branding. Branding's my favorite thing.
It's your favorite in all the it's the branding.
Yeah.
So what is your best memory of one branding that blew?
Oh, two actually. Samajana over in Koh Samui, they wanted a rebrand because they just weren't selling villas, and their villas are absolutely gorgeous. That was a really, really interesting branding project because the GM at the time was really creative and really open, and he wanted something really pioneering and different and edgy and wasn't afraid. He didn't want to have an ad that looked like every single ad. He wanted a real ad with a real message. And that was a joy to work with somebody like that. And then Kimala was just my baby. I loved it from start to finish.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. And the Thai family that owned Kimala gave me so much freedom. I had absolute autonomy. They just said, yeah, Kuntash, just go for it, you know.
And you did good.
Perfect.
To be honest.
It was perfect.
It's really good.
Yeah, I loved it. It was great.
Beautiful place.
It's a beautiful place, and we got really, really good PR coverage all over the world. So yeah,
and it's still on. So your work was so amazing that Kimala is still one of the stars of Phuket, right?
Yeah, it's still getting sales, it's still getting reservations, and I think it is largely part to the presence that it had, that was built up on social media and with all the bloggers and the journalists and the photography, which Brent Madison did the original photographs, and he's awesome. So getting the right people involved in a project as well is really, really important. Yeah. And sometimes, yes, you do have to pay a little bit more money, but you know, photography, for example, so important. So yeah, no, I loved it.
Natasha, I would like to know where you find your inspiration to always make campaign different for hotels, restaurants.
Ooh, that's a really good question. You know yourself, you're creative, that sometimes creativity doesn't always flow. So I guess I spend a lot of time with the client, and I try to piece together what I think it is that they want to communicate.
Yeah.
And of course, clients aren't always creative either. So then I take what I think it is that they want and then try and use that characterization process, I think. And then I try so hard to do things differently. So if I've applied a certain process on a past client, for example, I try to disregard that and take the risk and try and do something different.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be really wacky or wild, but just a different approach.
So what is the project? Which is the project where you are the most proud of it?
Well, I mentioned Kimala, obviously, that goes without saying. But actually my new project is what I'm really, really excited about.
Oh, so we want to hear about that.
Yeah, so I'm really fortunate, I'm blessed, and I have a new client that has got nothing to do with travel and tourism. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm so lucky. And they're called Arabella.
Yeah.
And they are a piercing and body jewellery store. They're going to have their flagship here. It should launch in December.
Great.
And the idea is to take this business model to other cities around the world.
Great.
And it's a real different take on traditional piercings. It's really bringing piercings into a real elegant and sophisticated realm, which not many people do that. Usually when you think of piercings, you think of tattoos and piercings together, but this is quite upmarket and stylish, and I'm loving every minute of it. Really, really loving it.
Yeah. Last time we met together, right? Mm-hmm. And you were with
Bella. Yeah.
And I can see that you are wearing today. I love it.
More and more.
So, is this brand bringing a purser?
Yes,
because there is no in Phuket.
Yeah, I mean there are.
I mean, it's difficult to find good ones.
It's
right?
a challenge.
Let's put it like
it's
that.
a challenge to find high quality. Yes. Yeah.
So, are you setting up a shop?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So it will have piercings and also beautiful displays, so you can choose which jewellery you want to put.
This is so nice.
And get inspired as well. I mean, there's so many areas of the ears, for example, that nobody even thinks about piercing, like, you know, the dais, the conch, like there's all these weird and wonderful names for all of these areas, but they look beautiful.
It's true.
Yeah, so it's something different for Phuket, it's something different for me, but I love learning about new things, obviously, but jewellery is my passion anyway, so I'm a very, very lucky girl.
This is what, it was my next question coming. When we are working in marketing, branding, launching, all our clients are so different. So you have to learn a little bit of everything to be able to think like your client.
Sure.
Is that something that nurture you?
Yes. I enjoy the challenge of learning something different. However, I have to admit, I think I would struggle if it wasn't something that I actually cared about or was interested in.
So it happens to you to say no to a project?
Oh, I've said no to plenty of projects, which sounds ridiculous in this climate, but yes, if I feel that it's not the right fit, or if I feel that, and this is an interesting one, which I'm sure you'll agree, sometimes you can walk into a meeting and you know that this one particular client is never going to understand your job or the value of what you do, and
because
you have to walk away.
So this is my I would like that you tell me about that. It's so difficult because this kind of job is not something that you can touch.
Exactly.
And so it's so difficult to explain what it's all about. It's not just putting an advertising somewhere. It's not just having a logo.
No.
It's not just thinking of 2 hours meeting about, oh yes, this is our story, you know? So it's true that it's so difficult for people that need marketing and that yes, it requires a lot of time, it requires money, right? And if you don't have all of that, you can't go through the true process. Can you tell me a little bit
I think
about that?
clients are humans, and humans by default, we want to be gratified instantly. We want quick fixes, and especially with social media, that people just assume that they can reach a big audience very, very quickly with no marketing skills and no professional expertise behind it. And some are lucky, some do manage it, but most don't. And I think that's the point. And the point is, it's like, if you really want to make impact, you have to have the right team and you have to have the right professionals in place. And if you don't, then you run a risk. You run a risk of your business not working properly, or you run a risk of your investors not being happy, or whatever that risk is. So it's very, very difficult, especially with PR. It's very, very difficult to say what effect an article in the Bangkok Post will have on business. I can't walk into a meeting and promise that they're going to earn X amount of revenue from that article.
So how you convince your client?
I'm quite lazy at convincing, actually. I'm like, oh, really? Do you understand it? Do you want it or don't you? If not, bye. I don't know. I think I convince them by showing them my track record. I think that's usually that's usually how it works. A lot of clients go, wow, I want to have all this press coverage, or I want my social media to look and feel this way, or you know, I want my my copy on my website to be elevated. I think that's a good way of convincing them that they're making the right move.
More than blah blah.
Exactly. The proof is in the pudding.
Exactly. It's like, I guess it's more easy to promote a good product that's speak by facts.
And that's the other thing as well. Sadly, you know, there are some people, some products that aren't that exciting. They're not that sexy. They're not going to get journalists writing stories about them. There's still lots of things they can do marketing, but they're not going to get these glitzy articles, you know, 4-page magazine spreads that, you know, brands like Seneva or Six Senses or Kimala or Amanpuri or Chisara, they can warrant that exposure because they've got the beautiful photography and they've got something to say, and the readers want to flick over and they want to read something like that. But if you've got something that's a little bit more, I don't know, mainstream, then you're not going to get that exposure. Then you have to take advertising.
Exactly. Yes. Is there someone that inspires you when you start this journey of PR and marketing?
Adina from Absolutely Fabulous. That's the kind of PR person I want to be.
The good one,
No, not really, to be honest. No, it's really weird. I have lots of inspiration in different areas of my life, but I wasn't massively inspired by anybody from the PR front. I kind of found my own way, literally.
And Natasha, if you have the opportunity to meet Natasha in 2010, what should we say to her?
I say, stop drinking so much. I think I would say, don't stress, don't worry about stuff so much, and don't care what people think about you. I think that's what I would say to myself 10 years ago. Like, the amount of energy and time that I've spent worrying, is my work good enough? Am I good enough? All of that insecurity, which, you know, it's still there, but nowhere near how it was. I think I would just have a good, like, come on, chill out. It's not that important.
Good. How you get over that? What is your secret?
Acceptance, age,
drinks,
Chardonnay. I think you have to grow stronger every day, and growing stronger means that you have to accept things about yourself and about other people and about the world that we live in, and just let it go. Because if you keep everything here, then it just gets in the way of everything positive that you want to do in your life. And it's not easy. It's not an easy process. That's why some people meditate, some people, exercise or whatever, or talk to their friends, whatever's good for you. But harboring all of that negative energy is just shocking. It's bad.
It's true. But Phuket is helping to that a little bit, right?
I think so. I feel that I'm very open and honest about who I am, and I think I always have been, to be honest. And it's like,
Yeah, you like it or not, but it is what I am. And I guess that people like honesty.
Some do. Not everybody likes honesty. But yeah, most people appreciate the honest approach, I think.
Okay, I will ask you a favor.
Okay.
Can you offer us 3 tips if someone that is looking at us wants to launch a new brand? For free, yeah?
Yeah. Know your audience. Know your unique selling point, and you only have one unique selling point, not 10. And make sure you've got the budget to do it properly and make impact. Oh, can I add a 4th one?
Yes, of course.
The 4th one would be try to be as environmentally and socially mindful.
Yeah.
Don't rip a mangrove forest apart or build too close to the beach or whatever, and make sure that whatever you do has minimal impact on the local environment. And hire locally as well. It's really, really important. And build capacity. If you think that we haven't got the skill set in Phuket, train people.
It's true.
Be bold.
It's true. So you are doing amazing and making my next question coming. I can see that you are so much involved in dolphins.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Oh, a little bit controversial. I got into trying to protect dolphins from captivity when the dolphinarium was first going to open here in Phuket, and naively I thought I could possibly stop it.
Yeah, we were many to think that this will never happen here.
Yeah.
By the way, it's still open?
Yes, it's still open. Yeah, it's still open. So yeah, hand on heart, absolutely thought that we could stop it. I did a research paper, handed it into the Minister of Sports and Tourism to say why I believed it wouldn't be a good thing for the future of Phuket's sustainability and tourism. Anyway, naivety aside, I became acutely aware of how cruel it is to have any animal really in captivity for entertainment. And I wanted to educate Phuket people, so not just school children, but also the hotel industry, which I'm part of. So I went to Japan a few times to document the dolphin drive hunts, which is pretty grim. It's not very nice. So if you've watched The Cove, the Oscar-winning documentary, The Cove, then basically everything that happens in that documentary happens on a daily basis in hunting season in Taiji in Japan. So I went there with my friend Vicky, who also lives here, and as gruesome and grueling as it was watching dolphins being hunted and slaughtered, it also gave us a first-hand experience to come back here and say to hotels, please think about where you're sending guests, because these dolphins, they're caught from the wild, they're put into tanks, and it's wrong on so many different levels. And so even though I failed to stop the dolphinarium from opening, one thing that I think that I was successful in is helping to educate the hotel industry. And many people came on board and said no.
And locals here too. We all heard, and the schools. Because this is also where I saw your impact, was also in the schools that for, I don't know what kind of ideas was to plan the final trip of the year to the Dolphinium. I mean, but I guess that your voice was
It was, and we did some really good presentations with some schools. Actually, there's one school down south near you called Oak Meadow. And
yes, Oak Meadow.
They were so forward-thinking, and they were amazing. I thought that school that the kids were just incredible. I mean, they were incredible.
My daughter was at this time in Oak Meadow,
really?
and she came like with huge campaigns. Says, "Mommy, I will never go there." And I thought, yes, exactly. You will never
that's
go
really
there.
good. No, kids are everything, and we have to keep them engaged and informed and educated
the
because
future.
they're the next generation. They can help this planet survive, hopefully.
True.
Yeah.
And I saw you also with elephants, right?
Yeah.
So you love animals.
I love animals. Yeah, I love animals very, very much. Yes, I've just helped Vicky raise money for the Cowsock Elephant Sanctuary. We organised a really, really lovely Saturday afternoon fundraising brunch a few weeks ago at the pavilions, and we raised a lot of money. So that was through the generosity of the Phuket community. How amazing is that? So
So
really
what is your message? Because animals is a big point here in Thailand when we live in a country that has wild animals used for tourism industry, but also our domestic friends that are not so well treated in general.
Yeah, sure.
What is your message that you would like that people heard today?
I think everybody needs to do their part. If every single one person on the planet or even in Phuket could just do their part, maybe if it's a stray dog, help the dog, or call Soy Dog Foundation to at least neuter the dog or spay the dog, feed the dog, give the dog medication, do something to help that dog. It's not the dog's fault that it's on the street. Elephants, give transitioning elephant camps that are going into sanctuary status, give them a chance. They're not going to be perfect right at the start. Cowsock Elephant Sanctuary is an example of that. They've been transitioning for the last few years. It's not easy, but the will and the intention is there to come away from the riding camps and the bull hooks and all the rest of it. So it's really difficult because on one hand, I want all cruelty to be wiped out and I want a utopia. But you have to work with people and you have to educate people, but also you don't have to tolerate crap from people. I've had people being quite abusive towards dogs or condoning the Dolphin show or whatever. You don't have to be that tolerant, you know. You can actually say, well, no, it's wrong. You know, it's your view isn't correct actually, and tell them why. Don't make them feel crap, but tell them why.
Say what you think when you are convinced that.
Education is key.
It's true.
Yeah.
What is your motto in life?
Drink Chardonnay as much as possible.
Sorry. We keep it.
And champagne. I guess do no harm would be my motto in life. Try your very best to do no harm. Try not to be shitty with people. Try not to put people down. Try not to upset people. Try not to hurt animals. Try not to hurt the planet. Just try to be good.
To be a better version of yourself.
Right? Every day try to be a better version of yourself if you can.
So how will be and where will be the better version of yourself in 2030?
If my liver lasts that long. I don't know. COVID has kind of thrown a lot out the window, I think. Honestly, if I had a dream, just like the Maliwana Villa, let's have a dream, I would have a little boutique hotel somewhere with dogs. So people would come with their dogs, they could stay with their dogs, but also there would also be strays there that I would be looking after. I would have all of these like nature trails. So it would be a real celebration of hospitality, travel, dogs and wildlife. That would be my dream. So move away from PR, move away from branding, move away from all of that.
Reinvent yourself.
I would love to do that. That would be my dream. And I guess in Portugal would be nice.
In Algarve?
No, Alentejo.
Oh yeah.
That would be really nice.
It's very nice.
I'm dreaming.
But we are all free of dreaming.
Yeah.
You just told us about the pandemic. It's true that living in Phuket, pandemic, it's quite something for all of us, right?
Yep.
And we have to reinvent what we were doing before. how you are making it happen?
Okay, so before this opportunity came along with working with Bella and Robert on the piercing in the jewellery store, I would say I wasn't making it happen. I was thinking, okay, what can I do? I've done a few bits and pieces for Twin Palms, were a very, very big client of mine for the last couple of years. So they've been giving me a few little bits and pieces here, copywriting and stuff. But I was really thinking, oh my God, I need to diversify. I need to learn about other industries because you can transport all the processes of marketing and communications over to anything, but you still need to know about the other industry.
Exactly, I was saying that it's a lot of learning.
It's a lot of learning. So I think, I don't think that I was being successful in diversifying, to be honest with you. This opportunity came along and it's wonderful.
It's good.
No, it's amazing. And I think if I've got any advice through what I've learned, it's just to be open to learning new skills, be open to learning about new industries, and just do it.
Yeah.
Don't think too much about whether you can or whether you can't. Just grab the opportunity and just go, do you know what? I'll do it. I'll do anything.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
We all have to survive, so.
I would like to know what you do in your days off.
Days off.
Apart drinking, but because you're drinking every day, so.
I walk the dogs every day anyway, so I guess maybe on a day off I might walk them somewhere different, take them to a bigger beach and spend a bit more time with them. I like to socialise on my day off, or I just watch Netflix. I'm so
you're
boring.
a Netflix girl.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Watch a bit of telly, read a book, chill. Eat. I like to eat on my day off.
Where destination you will escape as soon as we can get in the plane?
Ooh, well, back to the UK to see family. That is a must. Not that I really want to go back to the UK, but yeah, I want to see friends and family really badly, which I'm sure everybody does at the moment. But then Austria, my friends moved there last year, and I was supposed to have seen them this year.
Okay.
And so I'm going to go and see. They were my next door neighbours here.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to go and see Anastasia and her husband Thomas in Austria. So
wow.
Yeah, I'm going to do the Sound of Music tour as well.
Yeah,
of course.
Of course.
Yeah, naturally.
We want that. Can we know now 2 or 3 things about you that not so many people know? Your secret. I want your secrets coming out.
I really like horror. Not many people know that. No. I absolutely love horror films and horror books. The more gory and bloody and gruesome.
Really?
Yeah. Really, really love horror. Not many people know that, and they don't expect me to like horror because they think I'm all fluffy and pure.
Yeah.
And other things that, we touch. I can sing. Not many people know that. I don't like butter. People seem to be really freaked out when I don't eat butter.
I don't eat too.
Yeah, I hate it. It's disgusting. That's about it, really. There's not really much that people don't know about me.
So you see?
I'm an open book.
Open book. Mm-hmm. Thank you for opening your book to us today, Natasha.
Thank you for having me, Lily.
So
thank you very much.
Guys, thank you for looking this video. Thank you, Natasha, for this amazing chat. If you want to know more about her and Shine PR, you will find everything on the link below. Please like our video and subscribe our channel. Bye bye.